today. From Las Vegas, Nevada, it's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Have come and gone. It's off to Week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So out come the Raiders for their opening drive, and at the helm in his first year in silver and black, 6th season overall, Gardner Minshew.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
Minshew looking to throw it right off the bat. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the gun, Minshew to throw. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Well, this defense for the Panthers, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
They'll try to get it on the ground with Madison. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. This is taken at the 18. And good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. First carry for the Oklahoma State man, Chuba Hubbard. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40. A check on the numbers last week for Hubbard. 9 carries, 68 yards.
And that's just not enough carries for a running back to get loose and really feel like he's into the game, because they have to have enough volume to establish a rhythm, not just for themselves, but also to get in sync with their offensive line so they can read the blocks properly and they can execute them. I expect them to get a minimum of 15 carries in this game, and the optimum number would be 20+.
And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. The Panthers hit 2-0 here to begin the season, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 5.
They'll go again with Sanders. And he'll go down at the 28. That one a first down pickup of 8. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. It's a gain of 14 down to the 14.
So after several rushes to start the game, Charles, they go to the air there and get a nice completion.
Nice mix-up on the play calling, right? Establish the running game, make the defense think you're going to do it again, and then hit them over the top. Now you've got them betwixt and between. They don't know which way you're going to come at them.
And the Panthers are going to have a 1st and goal as some good running there gets them down to about the 2-yard line, knocking on the door.
So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Good work there, holding them out on 1st down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
They'll run with a rookie drafted in the 3rd round.
And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina.
Tip Ryman with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are on the board first here in Vegas.
An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense.
And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Fighting his way through contact. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45.
From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did.
And Minshew with nowhere to go, and they take him to the ground. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
One of the league's best linebackers, he ended that play almost before it began, and the running back absolutely overmatched no matter what he tried to do.
3rd and 4.
Minshew sets to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 32-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays. A much different second drive here, Charles. They go 3 and out the first time. This time they've been able to sustain something downfield.
And that's what often happens. You get the game started. You know, you have to get your footing underneath you. You have to get used to the flow of the game, the speed of the game. And sometimes that first drive is more of a probing drive. It appears they found something here in the second one.
So there the defense denies the rookie of his potential first career touchdown.
And his first NFL touchdown celebration. I wonder if he's thought about it, if he has something cooked up in his head as he worked on with his team, and think about the celebration back home when he finally scores his first touchdown.
You don't get a second chance to make a first impression. We'll see what he does.
Well said, sir. Well said.
He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on second down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
On third down, they run with Madison. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
Back to the ground on first down. Here's Madison. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with second and goal coming up.
That's good hard running right there on first and goal. That gets them down to the 2 and puts a lot more pressure on that defense.
From the 2 now, second and goal. Madison is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. 3 tight ends up front here, 3rd and goal. They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Defensively, they rallied the troops to force 4th down after that 7-yard pickup back on first. Carlson able to put this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And able to get this out to the 25. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll stay on the ground with Brooks and give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now Young going to move him around.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile.
And this is going to be a Panthers first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
And while it didn't work very well on that play, defenders on 3rd and short know it's going to be a quick read. And really, the quarterback's just going to turn around and hand it off. So that way, you're able to diagnose the play and try and get to the point of attack. But when you're dealing with a fullback, it's hard to knock him backwards.
In motion left comes Williams. Young looks to throw on first down. And his throw is incomplete.
I'm trying to find Jamison Williams, but it's going to be second down. You look at this Raiders defense.
There are 32 teams in the NFL, and they're just better than 50% of them at defending the pass, number 16 in the league.
And you see the starting unit here, but really, you're going to see a lot of different personnel, a lot of different packages as they rotate in and out throughout the game.
The throw over the middle taken in. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Panther football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Now they'll send Waddle in motion left.
Young on 3rd down.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 34-yard line. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 34. It'll be Young again.
That's into the hands of Worthy.
He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here's 2nd and 3.
Now a man who played collegiately here in the Golden State, Rashad Penny, down right around the 25.
What an advantage having a elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Third and short yardage, Young. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs.
And the Raiders are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
Minshew, 1st and 10. That's complete into the hands of Myers. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Here's Madison running left. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with that have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team was saying, hey, yeah, we called him the disruptor, and that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. And taken right at the 35. That's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
So here are the Panthers set to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10.
They'll start on the ground with Hubbard. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Right back to Hubbard. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 6. Young here, you can see, changing the play.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw.
That pass caught. It's Williams. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 14.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
And they'll run on first down with Hubbard.
And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Now a second down throw for Young. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
You can't be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
3rd down, Young from the gun. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Touchdown!
Xavier Legette.
His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off.
And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession.
It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Micah Parsons
able to get outside the numbers and drop him for a loss of a yard. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded at the 20. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Here comes Chuba Hubbard. Let's take a closer look at him.
And no doubt he's come out of the gate strong. Only in week 3, and you see the numbers thus far.
And we always talk about identity, setting a tone, you know, getting the groundwork laid for the season or for a game. And that's what they've done with the running game so far. It reminds me of when I first went to the University of Tennessee. And believe it or not, I was a quarterback for a day and a half. And the first practice session, the first play we ran was 28 pitch, which is a toss sweep. And I remember the offense coordinator saying, That's our identity. That's our bread and butter. That's the basis of our offense. We got to get that down right here, right now. And I think we're seeing some of that in this running game here.
So did you not get that down, and that's why you were moved to the defense, or what?
I don't know for that reason, but I do know I saw a couple of guys throw, and immediately they were saying, you know.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes it all the way down to the 3.
61 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
And runs like that with explosiveness, that's what this rookie can bring to the table.
And add to it speed, patience, vision. A rookie has all of that. That's usually a veteran's combo plate. I love this guy.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown.
Tip Ryman
with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year.
And the Panthers are able to add on to that lead. Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. The Raiders now set to get the football back.
And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3. I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They'll go play action here with Minshew. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
They'll try to throw for it with Minshew.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Now Minshew on 1st and 10.
Short throw caught by Bowers.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
This offense so far on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Good work by Minshew there to pick up the 1st. And now they'll shift things around.
Throwing on 1st down is Minshew. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Minshew. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
Now 2nd and 3. Minshew's throw there complete to Myers.
That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Looking to throw it. Minshew. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
2nd down and 8.
Here's Minshew. And he's got it. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. Calling a gain of 6 on the play. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Back to throw again. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7.
Micah Parsons
able to record his 5th sack of the season.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked. He's got daylight. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there as time expires in the first half. And the Panthers take the blocked field goal and convert it into 6 points.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we come upon halftime intermission here with the visiting Panthers taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in week.
And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the 3rd quarter.
And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Young going to give to Brooks. 67 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
7 yards there and a first down.
Once again, it's Brooks.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
They'll try to throw now. Young.
They'll find Williams on the slant.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 20-yard line. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Doesn't look to be any confusion here as they come up now on a 2nd and 6 following the delay of game. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Young will set to throw. The quick slant caught. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
Well, those backups on the sideline, they got to be eagerly anticipating the 4th quarter upcoming. Look at the size of the lead, how they're moving the football. This defense really struggling and giving up plays like we just saw.
And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown.
Tip Ryman
taking it in from a yard out.
And the Panthers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
So here comes the Raiders off.
They'll start on the ground with Brooks. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you've got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage, and that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Young, he's going to change it up. Now a play fake here on first down. That's complete, left side to Worthy. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19. On 1st and 10, it's Brooks. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. Young now. Look in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 25-yard line. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
Penny, a first down carry. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Again, it's Penny. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the third quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Now here's Young. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the Panthers are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Well, he does have 1 touchdown in the game already, and while this one won't go for 6, it's enough to get him 1st and goal. But you and I both know he's going to be a little upset he didn't cross the goal line for a 2nd time in this one.
Might want the ball here on the next play. Sanders is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they've built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. Williams, the man in motion left. Following the interception, Young. This is caught by Williams. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
They'll run here with Hubbard.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina.
Chuba Hubbard.
His first touchdown of the new season.
And the Panthers are closing in on a third straight victory to start the campaign. Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. Here's Las Vegas.
They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Now they'll run it again with Penny. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Young.
That is caught. Down the right sideline.
Touchdown, Carolina.
Xavier Worthy
with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Panthers add 6 more to their point total, and they're on cruise control right now here in the 4th. Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line. The Vegas off.
Young off the play fake.
Open man is Waddle, complete.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually got to pick up a holding call.
A give up the middle, Hubbard.
And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
But, partner, if the defense isn't going to adjust and they keep giving them those 5, 6, 7-yard runs over and over, they're likely to run it the whole way to the end zone. They'll be more than happy to take the yardage available and save some of their other plays in the playbook for another time.
Off the play fake, Young.
He's got his man. He finds Worthy.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Something we're seeing more of with the rise of the run-pass option. A legal man downfield, and that's going to back him up.
So here's a 3rd and 14. Williams being motion left.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Open man is Mingo. He's got it.
A big play there for... Carolina, 49 yards.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 30-yard line. Penny up the middle, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Second down, 8 to go from the 28.
Now Young.
That one complete till again.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. From the gun, a give to Penny. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Here's Young from the shotgun. Over the middle, it's complete.
And the Panthers are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
And that gets them 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the... This was a blowout supported by both sides of the ball today, Charles. It would be easy to look at the offense and say, man, they were clicking, and they were, but don't forget about the effort by this defense as well.
Yeah, they weren't going to let up just because the lead was safe. They wanted to play as big a part in this game as their offense did in making this blowout. They needed to be noticed as well, and they played accordingly.
So for Carolina, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will head back home next week.
Meanwhile, for Las Vegas,
they'll fall to 1-2, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports.
With that, we say so long from Las Vegas.